Hello, everybody. I am back, and now we are ready for more action. Now with some good moments to get into a Quackers mode because this is Don't Unlock Goin Quackers. This is a game released in the year 2000. This got different versions, as reason why this is any percent PS1. But I'm going to be talking about it in a bit. The time starts once I start to get the control tunnel. So 3, 2, 1, and oh, it's okay. This is a platforming game, kind of a rip-off Crash Bandicoot 3, but for kids from like 3 to 6 years old or something like that. Yeah. It doesn't have many speed techniques. It has some interesting things that we're going to be mentioning, and also some few speed threats that we're going to be watching later on the run. Fortunately, this is a not so tricky run such as Pac-Man World, so this is a bit relaxing to play and also to watch. And well, let's talk about the game and the categories. This is a game released back in the year 2000. It was released for many platforms. The game has 5 versions in total, 3 released in the year 2000 and 2 additional released in 2002. We used to split all of them, and obviously in version 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, just talking about the home console versions, because this game got some editions for the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance that are entirely different from the original game, from these original games, from the home console versions. The game has 3 versions. The first version is the Nintendo 64, Sega Dreamcast, and PC release, which is the same game with some minor changes due to platforming and platform limitations and stuff like that. That's the first. Then we have the version 2, which is the PlayStation version that we're playing, and the version 3 that was released in the year 2002 is the PlayStation 2 and GameCube version. So each version is a bit different. There are some stuff, there's some similar stuff between versions, but the case with the PS1 releases, with the old version in general, are a bit interesting because the game wasn't developed by the same team in all editions. Different teams were focused on the versions, and also the game was developed on different parts of the world. It was developed by Disney Interactive and released by Ubisoft. Yes, Donald also got a game, because not only Mickey and Goofy has their games, also Donald has and good games. And this is one of them, Donald and Quackers. The plot of the game is that Daisy was working as a TV reporter, and she was broadcasting live from the Evil's Worst Horror Marmalade Pet. And she was trying to broadcast live his new evil plans, but then Merlot discovered her and decided to take her as his prisoner. And Donald needs to go to rescue her, obviously. But for that, he's gonna be using the gyro the gyro machine in order to travel around the world in order to save her. Because his machine doesn't have enough power to move Donald to Merlot's pet, so we have to travel around the world and collect some energy orbs in order to give the machine the power that it needs. So with that, we're going to be able to save Daisy. So on any percent, we just need to get the orbs, and that's everything. The fully completion of the game in the other versions is 100%, but on the PS1 is 112%. The things that are avoided on 80%, but you need to do on the 100% is that you need to get all toys that you activate in hitting the flying books. With that, you're gonna unlock an auto-score stage that you need to play, and that's everything. That's the thing that you don't do on any percent, and that you need to do if you wanna complete the game at its fully percentage. My P on this game is 49.25, which is a PB that I have gotten in another marathon at the beginning of the year. And since that moment, Go Senpai hasn't been able to get another. But it's fine, I mean, I'm the only console runner of this game. The other runners play this game on emulators. And also, this game has some interesting stops also. You play the game on an emulator or on a console. For now, I'm the only console runner, and unfortunately, due to that, there's a lot of things that need to get some tests. For example, I have a possibility that sometimes I can get an extended loading screen. And if you're wondering what is an extended loading screen, this is basically when you enter or leave stage and the black screen takes a good amount of time on screen before you can get the loading animation. Besides of this, it's still being really no, not really. It's still being faster to use the fast disc speed. This is mostly because I'm playing the game on a PS2 using the fast disc speed mode. And the standard disc speed mode doesn't give us this issue. For now I'm playing on a 90K PS2, which is the last slim model. And suppose that it's the fastest model for most of the PS1 games. Another person in the community tested the game on a 77K and got the same issue. So I have a theory that probably on the fat models, aka 30K, 39K, or 50K, it's possible that we don't get extended loading screens, but I don't have the consoles to make a test, unfortunately. So here, and this is basically not so easy platforming game. It's supposed that it is, because this was intended to be like a game for kids. So the developers hasn't taken enough time to test game, because there's a lot of things that, well, if you play casually, probably you're not gonna notice that, but on speedrunning, that things can be a big headache, such as the physics are so weird entirely. Because sometimes if there's a platform or a section of the floor after a hole that you will try to catch, what is gonna happen is that, well, sometimes you can get it, sometimes you can't. Even if you are close to fall into a hole and you're fast enough to be close to the to the edge of the floor, you can make a jump and you can be safe. So you need to dominate all of these things in order to be able to run without bigger problems this game. Because sometimes you can get a good platforming section, sometimes you cannot get it. Sometimes this thing can save you and can prevent you losing life, sometimes don't. But this is mostly a problem that we're going to be starting to watch on the next quote. On this first section, there are not so many interesting things to say. There are four warp rooms in total. Each of them has 4 stages, an unlockable stage that we don't touch on this category, and also the boss stage. The important thing is just to get the energy orbs. And once we get all of them, we're going to be able to face Merlock. And probably you were wondering, yes, this game was built in the same engine as Rayman 2. Something curious about this is that if you modify a little bit the speedrunning stuff, or well, the speedrunning tools of Rayman 2 for the PC release of Rayman 2, it can detect the PC version of Download on Quackers. Thanks to that, the PC version got a load remover. So that's really interesting. And here I was saved due to the bad design of the game. Besides of this bad design, it's a good game to play if you have nothing to do. Because here it's supposed that I should have died. I should have gone down and fall into the hole. But I was so close to the edge of the floor, so I was able to perform a double jump and be saved. And here I have switched to a PS controller, to a DualShock 2, because I use the analog sticks. I think that, well, after doing some tests, it looked like the speed with analog sticks and D-pad is the same. So it's not like a big problem. And after this, we're gonna be facing Bernadette on Bernadette's Peak, which this is the first stage where we're gonna be watching a speedrunning strat. Because the way that this boss works is that first it's gonna throw some eggs, then some chickens are gonna spawn from the eggs, and once you defeat the chickens, then Bernadette's gonna start to fly around the stage and is gonna try to stomp on you. Here I got a slight extent loading screen, but it's fine. Okay, let's see. Also, the eggs are the same all the time. The RNG factor is about where those chickens are gonna spawn. So if I get close to her feet, she's gonna keep quiet, and each time that she falls down into the floor, she's not gonna stomp on me. So if she keeps on the same position, I don't need to be worried about if she's gonna move or not, and or if she's gonna try to chase me. This I just can't. No, I got distracted. I thought that I was on the correct spot, but looks like I wasn't. And if you die, you need to start again with the boss fight. Okay, I got a good RNG with these two chickens here. Let's do this again. Okay. What the? Okay, the game is trolling me. And I'm fresh on this game, I have practiced it. And also, if for some reason on the same stage I die a lot, we're gonna be having an extra tonal animation where he's gonna be mad, so probably we're gonna be we're gonna be watching that later on the run. We're probably gonna do that on purpose because it's fun. And there we go. First boss defeated. And now we need to move to the first avenue, which is the first stage of the second warp room. Game, please, thank you. Okay, here now we are in the big city, where probably we're gonna be sort of watching what I was saying about the bad physics of the game and a lot of related things. Excuse me, thank you. So probably you have noticed that I have been grabbing some milkshakes. The concept will be similar to the store in Mario Bros. Games, well, since we are on a PlayStation Marathon. The concept is the same as the Aku masks. We are on a little invisibility page where we have all of them. But we need to be careful because we need to be on the Happy Donut pace. Because Donut has 3 paces. Happy, Crazy, and Mad Dog. Not official names, but names that were put by the... Well, all the moods were named by the community. So all the time when we start a stage, we're gonna be on the Happy Donald pace. And if I receive damage, I'm gonna be turned into the Mad Dog phase. And if I receive damage being on the Mad Dog phase, obviously I'm gonna lose a life. Like here, I have Get Mad. So while I'm getting mad, I have a 1.5 seconds invincibility window. That's not the case here. I need to grab a milkshake if I want to get back on the happy dog phase. Because if you get a milkshake and you're mad, you get back into the normal and the happy dog mood. And obviously, if you are in the mad dog and you take it, you're gonna be back into the happy mood. And thanks for the raid. So sometimes I need to be careful with the milkshakes. Fortunately, when you get out of a stage and you enter to another one, or even if you re-enter to the stage that you have lived, you get back into the regular Donald phase, into the regular happy dog phase. That's something really good. So this stage, I like to call it explosive orbs because we're gonna be starting with the problematic orbs. The problematic orbs are the ones that are not so hard to catch, but are easy for the player to forget them. Because there's something interesting close to it that I'm gonna be talking about it in like a minute. Because, well, we're gonna be watching that in a minute, but what happened is that the orb is behind that door that we need to destroy with some TNT, but also next to it there's a section with a extra life. So the game is gonna try to trick you in order that you go for the life, but you don't put attention to where the orb is. So for new runners, it's common to forget that. I mean, that happened to me one time, and after that I called this split as explosive orb. Because here's the life, and here's the TNT. I need to throw the TNT so I can release the orb. And also in this game it's so easy to get life, so you shouldn't be worried about if you lose life or something like that. So this is like a speedrunning friendly game, just for those few things. Once you dominate the game physics and mechanics, you have understood the hard section of this thing. So now, do with troops. This is probably the most problematic stage of this section of the game, because here we're gonna, as the name of the stage says, we're gonna be on the roofs. And there's a big chance that the game can drop your inputs if you are in some spots, in some corners. Plus, sometimes some obstacles in the stage are not gonna be helping you in your duty of completing it. And also with this Steam, all of these Steam that it's on different sections of the stage, we need to be so careful. But there's like a dead point, or blind point where Steam cannot damage you. And also, I don't consider this as a second problematic orb because it's easy to watch, but sometimes some people can miss it, so they can forget to grab the orb, or probably they don't put attention to it and you just miss it. And when you're not there, you have completed the stage without you having got the orb. And it's something really bad to receive damage here, because we're gonna start with the section that has a lot of enemies and obstacles. Well, the last section, which, well, this last obstacle or enemy can make you damage so easy. And also, again, I got blessed by the game because I was close to die, but I was able to do a jump on the edge of the floor, so I was able to keep going. That was it. So this game basically is a mix between 2D and 3D perspectives. And also, if you're a big fan of Donald like me, you probably are gonna be able to notice some references and Easter eggs to the classic animation of Donald. Because most of the game is based on the classic Donald animations. We're gonna be watching some enemies from the game and all kind of things. Okay, let's dance. I shouldn't have catched that a toy, but since I have activated a book and the toy was closed, I just wanted to you that you will able to see how Donald dance, because he's a dog that dances so nicely. And what happened if Donald takes all the toys? Well, probably I'm gonna be doing that later. Something cool about this game, if you're running marathons, mostly in charity ones, is that there's a lot of sections when the announcer can't talk, because, again, there's not so many things to mention on this game, but a marathon like this that we're showcasing games, the most hardest section is to find what to say about the game. Also, this game loads per chunk, so if I open the disc cover and the disc stops spinning, the game is gonna freeze unless I close it. And it's gonna be slowed down, and then it's gonna look like if stop locked. But if I close the disc tray again and the game loads, I'm gonna be able to keep playing. Now, introducing another classic character on the Dogs universe from the Disney multiverse, Beagle Boy's Tower, and an extended loading screen. Sometimes extended loading screens can make you think that the game has crashed or something like that, but I can identify when that's a crash or not. So Beagle Boy is gonna try to hit us with that big breaking ball. And after that, the breaking ball is gonna get stuck, so he's gonna try to fix it, and while he's trying to fix it, you need to kick him. And it's everything that you need to do. All phases are the same, except that starting the second phase, some parts of the roof are gonna start to fall down, and all the sports are the same all the time, so I'm not so worried about it. And remember that if you like a good amount of if you like the retro stuff, and you wanna see a lot of retro games and retro stuff, don't forget to click the follow button on the Retro Game Like TV channel. You're not gonna regret about that. I have done that, I think, in 2017, and I don't regret about it. But it was in 2011. I don't remember. Let's check. And also, Beagle Boy defeated. No, I followed this channel since 2018, and I don't regret about it. Because sometimes you can see a good amount of good streamers playing good retro games, and sometimes you can be part of the one and only tournaments. I was part of the Puzzle Bubble one, and I was eliminated. But it was fun to play. And I wasn't able to participate on the Super Bowl 5 tournament because for some reason Red Ward wasn't cooperating with me. But it was a fun to watch tournament also. And I will see if I have some time to learn Chip and Dale 1. Because I want to learn some additional Disney games. And now, the third section of the game, and obviously we have beaten a half of the game. So now this is a haunted section of the game. And probably the most complicated for many new runners and also for veteran runners of the game. Because I have another friends that runs this game that blame a lot from this section. Because here is where we have a lot of obstacles and enemies that trying to avoid is not an easy task. This game was mostly thinking about being easier to complete when you're playing casually. But when you start to do runs, trying to avoid some enemies and trying to catch in some cycles is a bit harder. Fortunately, the cycles get activated once you're getting close to the section of the game. So you shouldn't be worried about if you don't get a good cycle or not. All of them get triggered when they are on screen, so we're good to go. And also talking about RGL, I have run this game on Retrotones 2019. And I'm pretty happy to have another opportunity here. I think that my estimate on that event was an hour. And I have been able to optimize this run a little bit. Because also the PV that I have, that it's 4925, that's my first deathless PV. So I'm pretty happy about that. Here I have died 2 times, but it's good. Do you wanna see Donald dancing again? From a better perspective? Well, there you have. And also, again, extra lives are pretty easy to catch. I don't know why I have got stuck. That's the first time that I got stuck on those sections. Okay, that's a fact that I haven't noticed, so... Well, that I didn't know, so... That's something new for me. Now I understand something here. Yeah, Crushes yells about how many lives they'll not get. And the worst of this is that most of the time you're not gonna use all of those lives. You can get up to 50 or more lives and you never use them. Once you find the game's pretty easy on those aspects, you're wondering about how the developers were thinking that the players of this game were gonna be. Talking about the kids, obviously, because I don't think that they were imagining that adults like myself will keep playing this game almost 20 years after its release. And also, again, the 3D perspective sometimes doesn't cooperate, so you need to learn mostly with some platforms where those elements are. You don't want to fall down and you don't want to die. And guess who received damage again? Donald is angry, very angry indeed. Also, this specific enemy is a big pain in your thumbs and a big headache. Because it's a bit complicated sometimes to find its to find their hitbox. Okay. Nice. And now it's happy. Yeah. Donald doesn't have so much, so don't receive so much attention as he should receive. Unfortunately. Yes, Donald gets angry. Imagine that he's happy sometimes. Also, you probably are gonna notice that this is the warp room music. And there's something messed up with the game. And also, something interesting talking about the music. Because when you speedrun this game, you don't notice this so much. This is mostly something you can notice when you play this casually. You take a good amount of time to complete the stages. Because depending on the section of the stage where you are, the music is gonna change. But if you play the stages fast enough, you're not gonna notice all of these changes. So this is something you can notice when you play the game casually. A good example is that if you look for the game soundtrack on YouTube, you will find that for any stage, the soundtrack is gonna be split like in 4 parts. Because all of those things are part of the soundtrack, but each section gets played depending on where do you are in the game, or where do you are on the stage. Yeah, totally not Crash Bandicoot from Disney. Totally not Crash Bandicoot Warp. Another amazing game that we're gonna be watching tomorrow on the marathon. But keep enjoying the rest of the marathon. We're still having a good amount of amazing games run by amazing runners. And also another problematic orb. You don't see these when you are coming to this section because it's supposed that you need to go for the toy, and you're gonna notice the orb. But if you're not going for the toys for some reason when you play this casually, well, you're gonna miss that orb. And again, you're gonna complete a stage without the orb, so you're gonna be forced into repeated stage. So in some way, this game is very punishing if you start to run it. Okay, it doesn't matter that I have received damage. This is the last section. And now Ghostly Path, probably the stage that is mostly problematic for many runners, both new and veteran ones. The main reason about this is that, well, again, there's a lot of there's a big mix of annoying platforms, annoying enemies, annoying everything. So a lot of thanks to that, a lot of runners skip this stage. Okay, I failed this, I need to wait until that thing respawns. Okay. That's the reason why this stage is problematic for many runners. But not for me, I got used to this stage. You get used at some point. And also that's the reason why many runners prefer to start with this stage when they reach this section. Because on every warp room you can go in whatever order of stages you wanna go. It doesn't matter the order of the stages. But yeah, You probably, if you haven't played the game, just watch the run and you're gonna notice really quick why many runners hate this stage. And they have a good reason to hate it. I need a checkpoint to be a bit safe. I can do this. I can make it. I cannot make it. Oh my goodness. Also, another fun fact of the game, considering all releases that this game had, but mostly focused on the PS1 release, the game hasn't sold well in America, but it's sold very well in all regions, because I have this later, thanks to the internet, that for some reason Donald is more popular in Europe than in America, and that's something good. I mean, why Mickey is important all the time? I mean, he's a good character, but dude, Donald is amazing. He should get more attention. He deserves more attention and more adventures. But again, on Kingdom Hearts, oh my god, okay, it dropped my input. Not that. If you die a lot, you're gonna get that animation where Donald is gonna look back, he's gonna be mad, he's gonna throw his head, and then he's gonna grab it again to put him on it. Yeah, that's the reason why this game was released on the Platinum line, which is the equivalent of Greatest Hits in Europe. But the game never was released on the Greatest Hits line in America. And also, that's why there's a lot of... Most of the runners of this game on any of its versions are from Europe. Fun fact also about the game. But as many other PS1 games like this and Pepsi Man, thanks to the piracy, the game was pretty popular in Latin America. And also talking about Pepsi Man, keep tuning because after this we're going to be watching the amazing Pepsi Man run. So you're still having like, I don't know, 20 minutes, probably 15, to go and grab a bottle of a can of Pepsi. So if you don't have one, what are you waiting for to go for another one? Just you're on time to grab a Pepsi. And this is the last section. I don't know what have grabbed this, but I can skip this just jumping on this box that's gonna give to me some stars that are like the Wumpa Fruit and Crush Bandicoot. And I just can avoid all of this, all of that lower section and go straight to the end of the stage. And now, if Ghostly Path is the worst stage for many speedrunners, guess what? Magickas is the worst boss fight that you can have on the game. Because the concept is a bit similar to Bernadette. Her minions are gonna spawn. Here we have two. We need to defeat her minions first. And I have received damage, that was bad. I was trying to not receive damage. Because this boss is the only one that gives you a milkshake, so time to play safe. So after that, she's gonna be throwing some firewalls. And now again we have two of these guys. No, there are three. One, two, three. Now we have the milkshake. But since I have received damage, I cannot use the strat that I used to use. That is that once I have the milkshake, I start to walk around trying to locate all her minions. Okay, it's fine. Let's play safe. One. An interesting angle view. Well, interesting view for the boss angle? Yes. And consider that this is a game that was rated E for everyone.
Defeated by...
And now, third boss of it. Let's move to the last section of the game. Now, temples. Entrance. The first stage that we're going to be playing on this last warp room. And here is probably on this, on this warp room, it's where you can notice mildly how the game is broken with the soundtrack. And we're gonna be on fire. The annoying enemies for me here are these ones with the masks, because their hitbox doesn't work most of the time. So if you're gonna be trying to defeat it, I hope that RNG gods can bless you. It's a bit hot here, so we don't want to get a cooked duck, so we need to be so careful. Uh-oh, is something happened with the room? Okay, we are losing frames. Hello? It's everything okay? Hello? What just happened? Did I have lost frames or something like that? Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Looks like the stream has been fixed, but yeah, at the moment that I'm watching this, we have like almost 1.5 minutes of delay. But the show needs to keep going. Sorry for the don't move for a little bit, but I wanted to make sure about what was happening when I was reading the chat. So we're good to go. Again, this is what I was saying about this guy with the mask. Excuse me? Okay, this is gonna be bad. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. It doesn't matter that I have died. Let's wait again. Okay, there we go, because at the end of the stage, we have another enemy with a mask. And sorry, I since I have seen some comments about that there was some stuff on the stream, I haven't seen that, but don't worry. I'm replying to the chat now that I'm watching that. So don't worry, because now 43, 45 here, my timer, 42, 18 on screen, so don't worry. Need to keep going. Don't worry, we're good. We are so good. I feel good. Okay, sorry. Okay, my controller was giving me issues. I need to coordinate also. I haven't used it in a while. So now we're on Artifact Way. The third stage where again we're gonna be having this guy with the masks. And if you haven't noticed this, something cool about this game is that on every stage you're gonna be watching a new kind of enemy. This is something really amazing about the game. And also, I'm pretty happy that I haven't died on the section with the ice. Oh my god. So who wanna see Donald dancing again? Because we're gonna have a better angle to watch him dance. And now one of the eyes has entered in contact with me, and again, bad physics saved me again. Bad physics saved the day again. Here lies the orb. And make me a favor, please. Yes, something bad about the game is that the checkpoints are so far away comparing this with other games. There's a big distance between checkpoints, so sometimes some deaths can kill you a good amount of time, but it's good. We're gonna be back with the crazy duck face. Okay, I have decided to do this safe because sometimes I can fall down. I was so close. I was a bit scared. No, not gonna lie. Now, third stage. Personally, I like to call this stage as the last choke, but it's called the Nephews Murky Way. The reason why I like to call this as the last choke is because I used to die a lot some time ago when I started to run this game. I don't used to die right now, or not so much. And again, saved by the bad physics. Okay, I have been blessed thanks to that. So I'm not mad about this. Probably Donald is mad because he received damage, but that's another point. But the mix up mostly about the platforms and the solid sections of the game can be the annoying part here. Remember that this was a game designed to be played by everyone. The next stage is the last one, so probably I'm gonna be grabbing all the toys just because we wanna be watching Donald dancing, and we wanna see him doing some forbidden dances. Okay, I missed this, so let's wait. I don't wanna die, and I was so close to do that also. So I'm pretty amazed that I haven't died there. Okay, it's good that I have died hit there. I don't care. But here we're gonna be watching the last problematic orb, but this is due to its position, so this is the hack in order to get it. So 1, 2, you jump there, you don't touch the bridge on the section where the orb is, and that's the way how you can grab that orb. Otherwise, you probably are gonna fall down into the lava and you're gonna die. Yeah, this is a pretty good game. It's a good, not the best platformer game, but it's pretty fun to play. Probably a hidden gem from the PS1. But yeah, it's pretty good. I should recommend this to anybody who wanna play it. You know, on this stage, we're gonna be noticing on the last checkpoint how the music is gonna change again. And you will notice with that the developers hasn't took enough time to test the game. Okay, let's catch the toys. Just for the meme. This is not required. But why not? Let's catch all the toys on this section. Well, on this stage. Here, no, this is not. I think that yes, I have played the troll section of every stage. I think I don't remember if it was on this one. Like the orb, the book is here. I use it as a platform, but whatever. Because I jump on it and I can make another jump here. Well, just for the memes. Because I also like that animation. And well, this is the troll section. Because here I need to jump on a specific time, otherwise I'm gonna receive damage with that fire flame. Well, with the fire ball, so you get the idea. Also, I need to be careful with that section of the game, because if I make a higher jump more than the usual one, I can receive damage. And looks how Donald dance. And if you were wondering how broken, well, how bad design, well, how the game was badly designed, well, just wait a bit, and you will notice something really interesting. And that now the music has changed into the warp room music for some reason. And now the real question is, does the runner is gonna be able to finish under the estimate? Let's discover that on a little bit. Because now we're gonna be entering into the ceremonial room, and comparing this with the other versions of the game, this is more faster and easier. Because this is a pretty different boss fight than in the other games. And guess what? We got a little extended loading screen also. Good way to finish the run. This is a pretty easy boss. Skip it. So the RNG thing here are the parts of the floor that are gonna fall down, but you can notice them easily. So first, after some part of the floor went down and some arrows were thrown, he's gonna release a firewall, and once you avoid it, his shield is gonna be deactivated. And now we have another 3 firewalls, but we're gonna be able to defeat him on a bit. His shield's gonna go down again. The floor is falling down. And now we're gonna have the same phase as on the second one, but we're gonna be having 2 cycles of fire walls. The time is gonna finish once I hit the Murloc for the 3rd time. So let's get ready for the timer a little bit. And time.
Hey, what's going on with my machine? Oh, I hate that Donald Duck.
You know, Donald has saved Daisy, and probably he has saved Dave. So now it's time to watch the last cutscene of the game.
Same spot. Forward!
Careful, Donald!
Looks like Disney always has a good budget for rendered videos for their games.
Daisy, you're safe.
And now let's discover which were the evil plans that Murdoch was having in mind with that machine.
Oh, I know what this machine does. Brilliant.
Hey, maybe that's a nickel.
Huh? Murloc certainly had fancy taste. It's an extra chocolate popcorn machine.
So all the time his evil plan was just to create a machine that can give to the people some
Donald, thank you for rescuing
popcorn
me.
with chocolate.
You're my
and-
hero.
That's all. That was Donald Goin Quackers. Any percent PS1. If anybody